breaking news in what is truly an apocalyptic scene in Tennessee. Crews are responding to a powerful blast at a military explosives facility in the town of McEwen. Officials say that a number of people were killed in this, that others are missing. It's an explosion that shook homes miles away in the small rural community west of Nashville. Video from a man's doorbell camera captured the moment that it happened. Officials are set to give an update on the situation here shortly, but in the meantime, let's bring in CNN's Ryan Young. Ryan, what do we know?
Yeah, you know, this is about an hour outside of Nashville. This happened around 7:48, as you saw in that camera that we just saw from the Ring doorbell. But this blast was immense. When you look at the video from above, you can see just barely anything left. When I called the EMS to talk to them about this, they were telling us that crews initially couldn't even had to stand back to respond because there were secondary explosions. You just look at the rubble there, the cars that have been twisted and pretty much blown apart, some still on fire. This explosion rocked the area. Just hearing from people saying they felt the blast from more than a couple miles away, you understand just the ferocity of this explosion. But when you look at it, you just see how devastating it is. We have confirmed from the sheriff that there are multiple fatalities. No count given just yet, as they're trying to make sure not only is everyone accounted for, but they have to make those painful phone calls to family members who obviously know that their loved ones went to work today and then had this explosion happen. Both Hickman and Humphreys counties are working on this. We know the ATF and bomb arson units from the TBI are there as well. This explosion happening just around 7:48, but listen to what the sheriff said just about 20 minutes ago about this blast and where they are right now.
I don't want to put that kind of information out there right now because we are vetting that. We've had such a massive response that now we're trying to slow down, identify things. And for those of you that was around me during the flood, we had some mistakes during the flood of some things that was put out there as names of numbers and that kind of thing. And I don't want that today. We're trying to be very methodical in what we're doing and making sure that we take the time to recognize and find out each and every one of these individuals and their family.
Brianna, you understand this is going to be a complex investigation with such a large scene like this, but you also want to get it right when you have people's families involved, so you understand the sheriff taking a beat. We do know there should be a news conference within the next half hour or so we hope to bring parts of that to you live as we learn more information. But once again, first responders had to stand back for a little while as these secondary explosions happened. The best vantage point so far has been from above, where you see these scenes that we're looking at right now, just horrific as this community, small community, deals with this blast that apparently took the lives of several of the workers. We'll have more for you soon, Brianna.
All right, we'll be looking for that. Ryan, thank you for the latest. Let's bring in the mayor of Hickman County, Tennessee, Jim Bates. That is one of the counties where this site is sitting on. He's with us by phone. Mayor, thanks for being with us here. I know they're trying to work out the numbers of this. Can you give us a sense of just how many people were working in this facility in what is really quite a small town?
Thank you for having me on. As far as the amount of employees there, I know the entire facility has approximately 80 employees. However, we do not at this time know how many were maybe involved in this blast. You know, it's a big facility. You know, it's confirmed that there is one building that was completely devastated. But at this time, I am unknown and unaware of how many were in that building.
Mayor, can you give us a sense of how connected this facility is to that community? How many people in that community are employed here, and how much this is touching people in that community? I'm assuming everyone knows someone who's being affected here.
Yes, ma'am. This facility actually straddles two different counties. It's on the county line between my county, Hickman County, and Humphreys County. And as you saw earlier, the Humphreys County Sheriff was there giving a interview. There is a lot of the employees that do work there are from these two counties. You know, they do a lot in our community as far as, you know, helping others. So yeah, it's just it's pretty devastating to see this.
What are you hearing from families where you are?
Well, I have not had much contact with the families. As a matter of fact, I am about to drive out to the scene because I had to mandate my office this morning. So, and field any calls that were coming in. You know, we've had some families call us. We've gave them instructions as to what to do and where to go. And that's the way we're trying to handle this.
Do they have a place where they're going to get information? How are they being treated and communicated with at this point?
Well, like I say, I'm not at the scene. Sheriff Davis from Humphreys County, when he gave his interview, there is a place at the scene, you know, not right there where the explosion took place, but right there on the facility grounds, where the families can go and be able to have someone talk to them. Yes.
Can you talk to us about the questions that are being asked, even if they're not being answered at this point in time? This is obviously a military explosives company. I think it seems pretty evident that something exploded that was not supposed to. Is there any indication of what may have caused that? And tell us just about the questions being raised about that.
Well, there's a lot of questions about that. It is unknown at this time what caused this blast. You know, it's going to be an investigation that's probably going to go on for days. You know, this facility, they do manufacture not only military but demolition explosives. You know, for road work and things like that as well. They're not just strictly military. But I will say this: this investigation is going to go on for some time, I'm sure.
Okay, that certainly makes sense. That is going to take some time. Have there been any issues with safety in the past?
No, ma'am. You know, I know back in 2014 there was a small ammunition explosion there, but that was in 2014. You know, it was handled real well. It was just I don't even remember what caused that.
Yeah, and any concern about secondary explosions? Obviously, as officials there are trying to get a handle on just the scope of this, is there anything preventing them from doing that when it comes to concerns about other dangers?
Well, they're working with the best possible folks that they can work with that know everything there is to know about explosives. You know, they're all out there at the scene right now. I keep getting updates a little bit here and there. Like I said, we're going to now a regular hourly, I believe is what they told me, updates, so that we can keep people informed as to what's going on. As far as any hazardous materials being spread through the air or anything, I'm unaware of any of that.
All right. Mayor Bates, we're so sorry. We can see this scene, and as you say, there's 80 employees. We know that this is really touching the communities there in these two counties, and we certainly appreciate you updating us. And we'll let you go now so that you can go there to the scene.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Erica?
Also with us at this hour, Jim Maxwell. He's a retired FBI special agent and bomb tech. Jim, good to have you with us. I mean, those pictures are just devastating when we see them. What we learned from the mayor there and what we know about the company, the fact that this company makes military and demolition explosives. There were these secondary explosions at one point, as Ryan was reporting. What does that tell you in these initial moments about what may have happened?
Well, first of all, my heart goes out to the families and the employees at this company. This is a devastating event. And I think it's safe to say that if they're both manufacturing military as well as commercial explosives, that these are high explosives, material that moves faster than 3,300 feet per second. So military explosives can move anywhere from 18 to 23,000 feet per second. So this, when this type of energetic material ignites, it has devastating effects. But right now, I think the biggest issue is for health and safety of the first responders is making sure that the area is safe to enter. You have reports of secondary explosions. You also have to consider how much other material that has not been initiated stored there, and is it in danger of igniting also? So there's a lot of questions that have to be answered, and even approaching a scene like this is extremely dangerous and difficult.